was the case, exposed me would have been got him killed. I stayed behind Parkway for 3 years. I ain't get so much as a splinter before I moved from over there. So this not about that. This is deeper than that. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. Well, according to reports, he was walking down the street with another man and a woman.
No. See, them not the...
No?
See, that's not what happened. He was in another store called Milano's, the first store that's located right before Dolce and Gabbana. They were parked on the other side of the street. He was with one young lady. Okay? He went in that store. From the time he left home, my house, we were planning on playing cards, bringing my grandmother's birthday in. The lady who I was just talking about, her birthday was August 5th. We play cards. That's what he do. If you look at all my videos, you don't see me doing nothing but family stuff with my son. He dislocated his around him. For the last couple of years, that's how he been moving. Because his self, something that I don't know that he knew made him want to do that.
Right, because he has 4 children, right?
Yes, 3 boys and 1 girl.
And I guess he was shopping for one of his children.
My grandson, yes. When he went in the store, Milano, he went in there shopping, and he was able to pay. He paid $250 for a pair of Givenchy socks and a T-shirt for my grandson. That was all he paid before he noticed the so-called fans coming there and want to take pictures with him. That's when he asked the lady in that store, can he go to the back? Because he seen it. He knew it. And that lady told my son no because of her merchandise. But he just spent $250 on a pair of socks and a T-shirt because they spotted him. But truth be told, they was going to kill him in that store. But he decided to leave, doing his duty that he didn't put them people at risk. He even told one of the young ladies in the store, get in her car and leave. Leave from down there. I wouldn't leave from the most prestigious. They're going to kill me right here. If they're going to do anything to me, they're going to do it right here. I know my son. I know how he thought. 26 years. I know that boy.
Well, according to reports, 2 cars pulled up and four people with guns opened fire.
Yes.
And along with Duck getting shot, 2 other people were shot as well.
Yes. The young lady who was with him.
Yeah.
The young lady who was with him and the gentleman who was standing in behind him, because they let 2 young ladies in first. But he hadn't already spotted them from the other store. So he rode around the block. And that's how he ended up in front of Dolce. And got out. And he was following the rules of the social distance. He was standing outside. And in the midst of him finna go in there next, a fan was talking to him. That was the gentleman who got caught, who got shot with him. Duck didn't know that young man. He wasn't with Duck. He was an innocent victim.
Yeah.
And the young lady who was with him, if it wasn't for her, ain't no telling how, because she returned fire on them.
Oh, she had a gun and started shooting back. Oh.
Yes. She was licensed to carry, yes. He never went nowhere without nobody who couldn't be licensed to carry.
Oh, wow.
The reason he stopped carrying guns, because I told him, you know that's the feds is here. You know, he listened to me. So he wasn't worried about it. He believed in God. And I'm fine with that. You live, you die. It might sound cruel or cruel, but I serve a just God, Vlad. Do you understand? And I'm speaking to you as a mother right now.
Yeah. Well, when you first heard the news, when you first got that phone call, after losing your son a few years prior and then losing your daughter a few years before that, how did you deal with that?
Well, I didn't know he was gone. The news actually announced he was dead before I can even go to the hospital to verify it. They're seeing it on They're seeing it on the breaking news. Rapper known as FBG Duck is dead. I get to the hospital. They reported him dead at 5 o'clock. But they didn't tell me till 9. While they're around the corner keeping us on this side, the news people is around the corner trying to tarnish his name. Somebody actually clapped in the crowd when they pronounced my son of being deceased. You heard somebody say, I couldn't believe it. And to add insult to injury, this mayor, who I voted for, got on national TV and said my son fancied himself as a rapper when he was really a gangbanger. Carlton doesn't even have a felony criminal record. He's never been to the penitentiary. He's been to the county a couple of times. I'm not saying he's innocent, but he never been to the penitentiary. He's never stayed no longer in the county like 2 or 3 days. That's the longest he ever stayed locked up. Like, where are you getting your information from? And August 30th, they raided my house. I lived in Markham. The Chicago Police Department came to my house August 30th and raided my house.
Wow.
After my son has been killed. Taking my pictures, taking off my little mantle, going in a room, taking pictures of it, like violated me to the fullest. The search warrant said they were looking for someone who didn't live there, and they were looking for automatic weapons and guns and proof that the person who they were looking for lived there. They found none of that. Tore my house up. So I feel like I'm just, because they knew they were lawfully, they never tried to help my son. They never tried to apply pressure to him. They never did CPR. They didn't cut him. They didn't do nothing. They even blocked the ambulance off from getting to him when he was shot. See, that's what they don't want the world to know. But I'm going to tell it. And I'm going to get justice for my son.
Well, FBG Doug put out a lot of music, and he was on social media a lot. Based on everything that he put out there, he associated himself with the Gangster Disciples.
Exactly. And it ain't no different from dude associating himself from being BD. They picked a side. Affiliated, I'm not saying my son wasn't affiliated. That's all he talked about. He rapped about that. Far as I'm knowing that somebody blessing him in and use a GD now and all that, that never happened. But if you're going to pick a side, he chose the side that he felt more comfortable with. It's no different from them being BDs. That's what they want to try to make. They make music. They even got videos of people pretending to be Duck, like they're killing them. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they... Yeah. So to try to make my son, because he was still able to walk around his city and no fear and not worrying about somebody doing nothing to him, because the people that was a threat to him supposed to have moved away.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that part.
Well, and after his death, when I talk about the GD association, he dropped a song called a few weeks ago.
Right.
And in that song, he basically started pointing out all his enemies that have gotten killed
Same
over the
people
years.
he mentioned didn't expose me. Them the same names. He ain't mixing nobody's name. But the reason he did that, because I'm not going to mention his name, but he's making videos talking about he picked up brick and merched it on brick, and then you throwing it at the car, saying he's throwing. These kids know what they doing. They know what they be doing. My son wasn't no saint. He was a protector. He wasn't out here killing people and doing all this and doing that. They not finna tell me that. His image might have thought. You would have thought that. But this man was merely an entertainer. It's no different from John and they rock and roll and all this. It's an image. Because they doing all this and letting fight, that don't mean they out there causing menace. It's an image. And the image got my son killed, not no song. Him being the person he was, the realest person he was, got him killed. Who would want him dead that bad?
Yeah. Well, around the time violence in Chicago was soaring, murders were up 152% from the year before. And after the murder, you spoke publicly and you said, I'm here today to ask for peace in the city of Chicago. I'm asking that his fans, friends of my son, please do not seek retaliation in the death of my son.
Please.
As his mother, I want to say, please put the guns down so that the generation of tomorrow can grow and live a long and healthy life.
I meant every word of it. I meant every word. I want these guys caught. I want them prosecuted. If they dead, they're not going to do nothing. They're going to be dead. They're not going to suffer for what they did. I don't want them dead. I don't want no more innocent kids dying. Because they're not even hitting who they trying to kill. They just killed the 8-year-old girl the other day who had a twin. So sad. But they want to try to blame, since Carlton been dead, all the violence that's going on. Like, and it's no different from when he was here. The Fed's been here since July. How can my son get killed in broad daylight in August and the Feds is here?
Yeah. I mean, such a sad story, such a tragic part of history, and like I said, I'm just very glad I got to interview him twice. I got to give him his flowers while he was still there to actually